Do you see algae in this tank? Well, I'm sure you do. There's algae right over here in the front. There's algae over here in the back. So even though this tank is heavily planted, algae is one of those plants or species that would really take over your tank regardless of the circumstances. I mean, it thrives in low light, in low nutrient levels. When the light is off, it will still be propagating. I mean, other plants do, but it's sort of like uh, it grows a lot faster than most of your other plants. So it is sort of like that pest type of creature, a weed type of thing that will take over your plants in no time. Especially in your planted tank, if you let it stay, or then it can be a big problem because it doesn't look really nice either. Anyhow, I'll be cleaning this tank right now, but yeah, do keep that in mind. Don't let this plant take over because can you see this part over here? It sort of starts blocking sunlight and absorbing the nutrients that would have otherwise gone to your plants and would have promoted their growth. But now algae is sucking up all of those nutrients, so the plants don't grow as well. They don't look as bright. I mean, if you're breeding fish or fry and the overall look of the tank is not that much of a concern to you, like in the case of this tank, it was sort of like a grow tank for shrimps, which are not non-existent at this point because of dragonfly larvae. But ignoring that, in the case of algae, yeah, it is sort of a good hiding place for fry and stuff. But aside from that, for the overall aesthetic look of the tank, you should try to stay away from it. Just and cleaning it is really easy. Just grab a toothbrush. Give me a second. So here I have a toothbrush with me, and I will just sort of scoop this shit off my tank. This is hair algae. This is sort of the most common one. There are some really nasty varieties like staghorn or blackbeard, which sort of attach themselves to the surface of your tank and they don't come away that easily as well. So do your research on them. You don't want to be someone who brings in staghorn algae in his tank because staghorn is like just a mess. It's really difficult to get rid of. But yeah, hair algae is easy. You just sort of remove it. Use a toothbrush or simply use your hand or whatever. You can prevent it from coming back by increasing the water flow or adding CO2 to your tank. CO2 also prevents algae. Or on the other hand, you could also include Otocinclus or Siamese algae eaters among shrimps. There we would find lists on Google of algae eating fish and shrimps. So yeah, you could try those.